Last time in Polymorph Self, the true chronicle of adventure and skullduggery by Master Sorcerer, Scholar and people's favourite Onas. Following an exciting battle with a horde of fiendish ghouls in a barrow full of evil, our heroes continue to explore the shadowy depths. An ill-advised attempt to retrieve a golden vase by the headstrong human barbarian Seyda almost resulted in her spiky demise. Thankfully, Onas bravely leapt into the oily hole before his concerned colleagues could stop him. That night around the campfire, the rest of the party sat beguiled, as Onas regaled them with his entertaining yet fully accurate account of their adventures in the depths of the earth. The next day, the adventurers returned to the farmer's village to confront Dennis, the treacherous farmer. Seyda and Hjani used their brute force, fortunately tempered by Onas's level-headed logic, to uncover that Dennis had purposely sent the team to the ghoul barrow with the hopes of eliminating them, and covering up the fact that the village had supplied some of its grain to a ring of blood poppy traffickers. The gang then headed for Foxglove Lodge, a local ranger station thought to have some kind of involvement in the dark blood poppy trade. Onas once again used his innate charms to win over the head of the camp and secure a vital healing balm, which he selflessly insisted on giving to the rest of the party, despite his own traumatic experiences of the past few days.
Sound awesome. They sound like, they roll and then you say the numbers and you go, ooh, D&D. Ooh.
That's what we should say.
It's very
D&D.
It's very satisfactory. Yeah. That's what we want our listeners to do when they listen. Just go like,
ooh,
oh,
D&D.
D&D. You wake up feeling relaxed and rested after your recent adventures. The smell of pine wood lingers in the air. As your eyes focus, you remember that you slept in the wooden long hall at Foxglove Lodge, the hunting camp. You are on the north edge of the eastern Greatwood. The large hall doors have been tied open and the morning light streams in. You hear the sound of birds and the rustling of trees and brush moving in the breeze. A single figure is walking towards you with the light behind them. You shield your blurry eyes, stifle a yawn, and sit up to see who it is. The figure is striking, a female elven ranger with her jet black hair cut short and shaved up one side of her head. Her exposed elven ear is pierced with a band that holds a single silver star. It is the legendary army scout Hjani Kitu, the Silver Fox. She looks over you all and smiles.
Hey, Onas.
What?
I think she looks familiar to a description that was given to you that you were really interested in and went on at length about.
Well, it would be rude for us to just talk about her without talking to her. I'm gonna...
By the way, good morning.
Oh, good morning. I thought we were going to be top to tail, not tail to tip. I say hello to our new visitor.
What's up, Bellends?
Oh, a feisty one. We're just been chilling here for the night.
I know who you are actually, but I'm surprised to see you here.
Why? We're a crack team of rangers, and we've been out on a mission, and now we're just having some R&R.
Well, as you might have heard, despite being one person, I'm technically a crack team too. And I was looking around for jobs to do, and I found that the other crack team had decided to go off and help out some farmers, and I ended up drawing the illegal drugs hideout, and I'm just on my way there now. And I find you here. This is kind of a coincidence.
How amazingly convenient is that?
I guess we're just better at solving our crack team mission a little faster.
Multitasking. And there's nothing wrong with helping farmers. I just want to say that to this lady.
Hey guys, I was going to strike out west and look for this bitchin' ornithopter thing.
Aha, now we're talking.
But I was sent out here because you guys went off after the farmers, but I come here and you're here too. So what are you doing? Double duty? What's going on?
Well, we found out farmers are a bunch of liars.
Yeah, we were on our way back to the city to bring one of them to justice.
Sweet justice.
Yeah, sweet justice.
For lying to us, making us swim in disgusting stuff.
Ghoul water.
Ugh.
For bringing us out on
So
a wild ghouls chase.
Oh.
No grain.
So what's the deal, guys? Why are you in the Foxglove Lodge? You've done your farmers thing, right?
Well, there was a lead that suggested we should come here.
Stop for a rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we just stopped for a rest.
Yeah, stop for a rest. You were off to
The West?
the
Was it?
west to find out where they're growing The poppy stuff? Where?
No, this is it. This is it. I mean, I've got a lead on the hideout. It's supposed to be like 20 miles in forest from here. I've just arrived. I was going to pick up like 3 or 4 of these ranger assholes who all look green as fuck and take them in there and raid this camp. Are you in?
You want a crack team of bellends on your back?
Most certainly do. That'll be awesome. Are you up to
like
the
a
task?
parabola?
I've heard there might be 20 men there.
Well, I think we should do this, and then once we've got all this nonsense with the farmers which got us into this out of the way, then we can go with the original plan of finding that ornithopter.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That sounds pretty cool.
Further down the line, why don't we send Kelly Clarkson, Clark and Blake, Kelly and Blake?
Kelly and Blake.
Yeah. Why don't we send them back to town with Dennis? Have them clean that up. And we can.
Okay, they are waking up in the corner and sort of looking over, and they're staring at Hjani Kitu like, oh shit, look who it is.
All right, first off.
They're not talking, that's just what they're saying.
Good morning, guys.
Hi,
Morning,
Bjorn,
Blake and Kelly.
Hjani, Seyda,
Good morning, guys.
Onas. Good morning. What's cooking?
All right, you guys are gonna have to go on without us with our Dennis friend. Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna take you guys away from Blake and Kelly because I still don't know if these guys if they're on the level.
Does it matter? We've done the farmer stuff. It doesn't really matter. They're charged with taking the farmer.
I think maybe
back.
we leave them here with the farmer and then we can pick up Dennis on our way back.
Fine. I don't. Yeah. That's
Whatever, as long as they're out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're good. We can take Dennis back to the city for you on these carts. And this other guy, this Bill kid who showed you here.
Yeah, but there's also the problem of you guys weren't able to defend yourself against bandits. So how do we trust you to defend yourself against bandits on the road again?
Well, it was we got ambushed and we did have a group.
Yeah, and now you have 2 people.
I think it would be better for you guys if you stayed here with these nice big rangers and then we'll come pick you up on our way back.
So you want us to stay here at this camp and guard Dennis and Bill?
That makes sense.
Okay, good.
What else are you guys gonna do?
Okay, Hjani looks back to you and says, guys, so if it's us 5, and I heard there may be like 20 people or more at this camp, should we take some of the footmen here, or are we good as a 5?
I think we're good.
Just 4 people per? Well, okay, actually we should divide Onus's amongst us.
4 people.
So just 5 people per?
Oh, pray tell, how does that work? What's the maths behind that?
I think we can handle 5 people
I can
each.
scout them.
Yeah.
Rogue them real good.
You do some rogan.
You know, I'm pretty kick-ass myself, and you guys seem to know what you're doing. But if it's going to be a kind of pitched battle, if we get rumbled or if we have to take them, by force, we might need some. Okay, so she hushes her voice as if she doesn't want to be heard.
I'm immediately
outside.
The word rumbled.
Yeah, outside of the hall where you guys are. We might need some, some meat shields, to use a technical term. Some footmen, some people to take the arrows as we go swinging in. Some of these chumps.
Oh, prick pawns.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like the way I like the cut of her jib.
Yeah.
I like this. If she thinks it's best, why not? Yeah, meat shields.
Yeah, she's cool.
I'd rather
How I
take
feel
potions.
I'd rather take potions than meat shields. I don't want to send some of these like poor elf guys into their doom.
Hey guys, it's their jobs. What the fuck? I mean, they're foot soldiers. They go in on the front line. Heroes. Stone cold heroes is what they are.
Well,
Put her in charge.
all right, fine.
Yeah,
Meat shields, but and potions.
Hey, I'm not in charge. We're in this together. You make the decision. I'm just giving you the benefit of my experience.
How
You don't get to the
many-
top for nothing.
How many quote-unquote meat shields do you want to bring along?
Apparently, I was just out there. They said they can spare like between 3 and 6.
Okay, so they can be our frontal assault whilst we rogue magic the camp from behind.
They're pretty good. They've got like shields and swords and stuff.
I hope so.
They've had training. Sorry, Onas, what did you say? How many?
Yeah, I think if we're going to be taking more than 3 extra people, we're not going to be doing anything quietly anyway. So we get them, we use them as a frontal assault, and then the rest of us do our stuff. Whether that be missing with our arrows or casting kick-ass spells.
Missing with our arrows versus casting kick-ass spells. Excuse me, like how many things did you actually kill?
I use my mage claw to make your sword levitate a little bit.
Right. That's what I remember as well, as opposed to me exploding a couple of heads.
Anyway, let's get out there. The day is...
Okay, so we take 5, then we've got 10 people. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah. Okay, we can do a buddy system.
While the DM makes a note of the party size, so he's got it in front of him, what are Bjorn and Seyda talking about while Hjani and Onas were having a crack at each other?
I'm not happy about these meat shields. I'm not going to be the one who goes back to these villages and tells these parents that their meat shield kids have been meat shielded.
No, but that's the good thing. We can leave the admin to Onas. That's totally fine.
Good point.
Letter writing, he lives for that kind of crap.
He's a charming man.
That's generous. You don't know what charming means.
I grew up in the plains.
That's okay. I didn't know that schooling was so bad there. I gotta say though, I didn't see this day going this way. We just wake up in a nice hall, all healed up, and now we're going on a full-on assault of an illegal poppy lab.
It's this is Silver Fox speaking again. Well, it's a reliable tip, but let's see what happens. Apparently, the hideout and the actual place where the poppies are in 2 different places, so there might be some other stuff for you guys to do. I just want to kick some ass, take some names, and then just take the glory, as always. You can deal with that drug stuff.
Question, totally outside of the game. Does bubblegum exist in this world?
It's funny you should say that. There is those kind of like roots that you can chew, and also nuts, kind of like the Taiwan thing.
I came here to kick ass and chew root.
And I'm all out of root.
Just as long as there is some glory left over for us as well.
Her name is Hjani?
That's right. It's like your name without the H, actually.
I don't like her either.
I don't like it.
It means silver in Elven.
Yeah, kitties have got their claws out right now.
In fact, it's not her. You would all know this as Elven speakers. It's not her real name. That's the Elven word for Silver Fox. It's her nickname. She seems to, watching her, you can see she likes the sound of her own nickname. Obviously, she thinks it's cool in a self-conscious way. She introduced herself as Silver Fox in Elven.
Maybe Hjani, you can have a nickname as well, modeled along the same lines. Maybe I know, Rusty Puppy or.
Rusty Puppy.
Let's
go.
Let's go adventure.
Okay, so
I can't even be mad at that. I'll give you a moment.
Okay, with Blake and Callie safely guarding Dennis and Bill and your cart and your supplies, you head into the forest. The Great Wood stretches, as you know, for 3,000 miles east to west. You are entering the easternmost end, which is cut off from the main stretch by the Great Kalni River, as it heads south to the Icy Bay, and along which is built the elven civilization of Kikathra that you live in. Although this eastern spur looks small on maps, it is up to 400 miles across at some points, so you're entering the wilderness. The Great Wood is mostly pine forest, but other strange trees and growth fill the spaces where the sunlight shines in, creating dense mazy patches. The terrain is hilly, and the trees are sparser on higher ground, where the hills sometimes break to rocky ground, and in 1 or 2 places peaks. Although the summer brings the temperature above freezing for 4 short months, many parts of the forest are shaded by the canopy, and so you often see hillsides and gullies covered with patches of old ice and crusty dirt-filled snow. As you move through the forest, you stick to the pines with open ground, and the forest floor is covered with lush green ferns, and any sound you make seems to travel on for miles. Okay, you're all following Hjani Kitu trekking through the forest.
Who are our meat puppets?
Are we there yet?
Should we have a chat with the meat puppets?
You want to learn their names?
I want to learn their names to make you guys feel a little bit guilty.
Hey, I'm Reg. I swing a sword real good and I catch arrows with my chest.
They all, the 5 meat shields that you brought are 4 elven, 1 human, and they are sort of youngish looking recruits, but they seem at ease and they don't look incompetent or anything. They've had the training. They're on a posting out at the lodge, and they don't look like they're going to just collapse at the first sight of battle.
Have any of them recently bought a boat?
You can ask one.
Have any of you guys recently bought a boat?
A boat?
Are any of you one day from retirement? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Are any of you too old for this shit?
The human one speaks up and says, I'm from Imise Reka, nearby here, and my father does in fact work on a riverboat. But I myself don't have ownership on it, but I've helped him, move shit up and down the river on it.
Maybe you stay behind everyone else, just in case.
Yeah, is anybody, just one day away from some amazing life event?
Yeah, my wife's gonna have a baby tomorrow.
Well, one elf gingerly puts his hand up and says, I've got like 2 days left on the Foxglove Lodge assignment, then I'm back to town, if that's what you're talking about. I've enjoyed my time here. This is my third spate of touring the forest, but I feel so honored to be in the company of the Silver Fox. Surely nothing can go wrong. Trusting completely in Silver Fox to show you the way, it seems, you follow on, spending the whole day trekking slowly but carefully through the forest. After an entire day, she says, it seems we're going to need to make camp at night once before we reach there. So you stop the meat shields, take off 2 huge packs and start unpacking them. And you see that they have brought a tent, like a large tent and some equipment. And as they're unpacking the tent, you see Hjani Kitu sort of stand by idly looking at them, sort of nodding as if to say, yeah, good job, guys. And she gives you a knowing look as if to say, see, let the meat shields do the work. It's all good. And then you camp for the night.
This is great.
Yeah, I can't see any downside to it.
I don't know. In army school, we were taught to do the work ourselves.
Okay, I'm Silver Fox again. Hey guys, I have a question then. I noticed that you don't have your own entourage. When you went out to the farmers, didn't you get some men assigned to you or take anyone to get in the way of traps for you or any of that kind of stuff? You would just do it by yourself? That's pretty impressive.
I didn't think we needed it.
If by men you mean horses.
Well, I thought these guys were assigned to me. That's what I thought happened.
Well, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I normally do everything alone.
Actually, whenever Onas talks to the Silver Fox, can I do a sense disdain? Can I roll for sense roll eyes?
It's funny you should say that. What relevant skills do you have there, do you think, for diffting people's...
The disdain.
Isn't the one just directly called sense motive, or am I just
There is sense motive.
Oh, you got sense motive.
I do have... I've got a +1 to sense motive.
You have? Okay, so it's just a basic check, which, by the way, in the world of skills is DC 15, so you got +1 to sense motive.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. +1 to sense motive, rolling 20.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I just saw her thoughts.
20, 21. So basically, you hang back while the camp's been set up for the night, and you notice her sort of chatting to Onas. And from the body language and the language to you, it's just plain what's on her mind. She seems to look at Onas and think, fellow realist. I like this guy. He knows what's up. He knows what's up, this guy.
Stool.
You can see she's giving no, she's quite aloof and self-assured and, very formidable looking. She seems to be preferring Onas to the rest of you in conversation, actually.
For God's sake.
I think she must have read some of my strong, manly prose.
I suddenly realized why I don't like her very much.
Back in the town. And maybe she can see that
I'm turning. I was so down for this hangabout.
Guys,
You
I think
were right.
I
You
think
were
she
right
might
to
be my
discuss it.
muse. I think she might be my muse, and I think this
judge
is
of
my
character.
in for my literary hook for my forthcoming magnum opus.
She wanted meat shields and dead weight. So this is good. I think this is great.
This is shaping up to be the best relationship I've ever had.
She is semi-legendary amongst the service out on the frontier.
Apparently.
Although the legends have her as being sort of not only lone but stoic, of few words, and of high moral value in the legends.
Yeah, I'm glad I never heard these legends, so I can't be as disappointed.
I think this is another elf who's written her own books.
And on that note, you settle down and camp for the night without incident. And the next morning, Hjani Kitu sort of seriously and diligently stands back while the troops also clear up the camp
The same. I follow her lead on that.
and tie up and cook breakfast and do all the menial work.
I
And,
help out a little
I'm
bit.
going to help out a little bit.
and her and Onas exchange looks, saying, "See, right? This is how it should be, right? You know, the heroes should
This
be
is
doing
why
the hero."
I'm working my way to this level. That's why, like, I,
Well,
have
I
no
think
problem with that.
I shuffle over to Bjorn, and I say I was hoping I was going to be attacked by a cougar last night, but it didn't. Maybe tomorrow night. What do you think?
Actually, Hjani Kitu wants a quick word with Onas 1-to-1. So
We all cover our
yeah,
ears.
no, you don't have to cover your ears, but like this is just a conversation. So Onas, what's a guy like you doing hanging around with these losers?
Bullshit!
Well, like I said,
You're not
they
in
were,
this conversation.
I did sense.
they were assigned to me, and I know that my skills perhaps you'd expect me to be aiming for something higher, but I'm really trying to research my forthcoming book, and I think, you know how you think about the meat shields.
Oh God, you're boring. Okay, I changed my mind. Okay, she walks off and approaches Hjani. Hey, you look like you know what you're doing with that bow. What's a fighter like you doing hanging around with these three losers?
I'm sorry, I'm cleaning up the camp right now.
Oh, okay. I'll leave you to that. It seems that you're all well suited to such work.
Yep. I suppose.
Okay,
So.
hurry up, you guys. It's time to go off ass kicking and legend making. Okay, let's go.
My heart's broken. I don't think I can go on today. Leave
Okay.
me behind.
You continue your march.
Took her to say it for you to be convinced that you're boring. We've been saying this since day one.
I can tell she's obviously just as wrong
just-
as, wrong
I
as
guess you
the
don't
rest
feel
of
so
you.
much like dead weight when three of us are pulling you. But when one person's shouldering the weight, oh.
One day I'll be all powerful, and then you will see.
You hang in there. I think if you keep at it, maybe you'll
You
change
think I've
your
got a
mind.
chance?
I think you might have a chance.
You think so? You think I should be a bit more persistent?
You should. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I want to see this.
This is purely platonic, intellectual thing. It's not
Oh, of
sexual
course.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. So you keep marching. I'll edit out the pause. Don't worry.
No, don't edit this out. Like, you've pretty much just drawn the woman's reproductive anatomy.
Uterus.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's a wheaterus.
Oh,
We're a
it's-
team.
Hold it up the right way.
Uterus.
Okay, this is useless on an audio podcast, but the outline of
they get it.
the outline of the clearing that we're about to arrive to looks like kind of like
Fallopian tube.
if the fallopian tubes were kind of drooping rather than going out. Is that right? It's like, is my biology right? Anyway,
She's had a bad week.
let's continue.
Wait, so we're heading from.
You're going to
we're
approach
coming
from there.
from the
I'm going to give you the
cervix.
description now and edit all that out, actually. Yeah. Okay, so
No, don't edit anything.
after. Okay, let's continue. Maybe I'll keep some of it in then. Okay. It's going to be one of those things on podcasts where you hear them say, oh, we're going to edit that out, but they don't, and then it's kind of cool.
You should
What about that part?
No, that part's definitely going to be out. Or is it all going to be in? Is that just how cool it's going to be?
Isn't that
I don't
meta,
know.
though?
It is. This is meta
has
talk.
gone
So
beyond
shut up,
meta.
everyone. Okay, here we go. You march on in the morning for 2 hours in the morning until Hjani Kitu raises a hand for you to halt. You have been following a brook, keeping within the trees next to it. And if you all look at that handout, which again is not very visual for the podcast, what it doesn't show you is the elevation. So you're at the far side there and it's raised. You're quite high up above. This clearing is a depression, okay? You see a large clearing in the forest here. The hillside is split by an earthen semicircular cliff that forms a wall around the back of the open space. The forested slopes continue upwards above it. A brook tumbles over the cliff down into a pool at the base before flowing out of the clearing back into the woods and beyond you. Sheltered here is an encampment. You see log cabins with tarred roofs, a large open fire pit for cooking, wooden storage sheds with bars and locks, and an open-sided long hall. Wandering around are a dangerous and motley bunch. Some grizzled human woodsmen with pieced-together armour, scruffy beards and hand axes stroll about the central area. You clearly see 4 or 5 uniformed army soldiers of the kingdom, some elven, some human. You also spot a cloaked elven ranger and officer by the long hall. Mixing in all around are several general labourers and dogs' bodies. I like that word. I haven't used that for a long time, life-wise.
Dogs' bodies are just strewn about this place. They've been killing dogs, these sick fucks. Dockers.
I don't know what's Canadian for dogs' bodies.
What's a Canadian?
Oh, that's a good point. That's all getting edited out too. Then you spot a trapper dressed in woodland camouflage, holding up a short string like a vine. On it, he has tied a row of bright red flowers. Seems to be quite a few people
lovely.
down there. Okay, Hjani Kitu sort of, in her sort of like stage whisper, is like, this must be it. But there's like, I count 5 soldiers and 1 officer, as well as these sort of like,
How do we
the
feel
general people.
about sending someone, a charming and personable man, into this camp, seeing if he can get
Well, I
any
guess if
information?
I've got to go, I guess I'll head down there if I must.
Even my charms have their limits.
Hjani Kitu, I have
Yes.
a question for you.
I have something to say before you answer that question. If Bjorn goes down there to be friendly to them, he's going to get murdered into pieces. But what's your question?
Well, I was going to ask, how much do you know about these people that are down in this clearing here?
I don't know. I just got a tip off to the location.
Who gave you that tip off?
Sources in the city. I did some investigation after I took the mission and heard some rumors, and here I am.
So, because we see
Checks
people with like officers' cloaks and stuff like that, right?
There's
So,
like-
were we always expecting there to be officers here?
Yeah. This is like a
Is there a huge problem of
ring.
corruption in the officers?
Yeah. But anyway, we should try and grab one of these. Is there anyone who's like near the tree line that we might be able to nab, or looks like they might be on
you're a
patrol
couple of
to see
hundred feet away from the nearest person.
I think we just close in quietly.
If we close in through the trees and then maybe grab someone and interrogate
From
them.
100 feet away?
No.
Well, we close in
We
on-
close into the trees and then from 5 feet away. We
that
nab
the
them.
plan?
I'm just down for getting closer.
I'm
Get
Hjani
closer.
Kitu, by the way. Okay, we close in from the trees, then we run in and kill them, right?
No,
Yeah.
we close and then we hide.
Well, okay, so there are
We
cabins
need to
there.
take this camp.
We'll take a prisoner and
There's
ask them
cabins
about
there,
this.
right? Yeah, why don't we go into the nearest one and then pull in a prisoner from there?
Okay.
Let's
That
do
way, yeah.
As soon
That's
as we
good.
get
That
in
way
there.
we'll be trapped in a building and they can surround us and kill us. That's much better than hiding in the trees where we could melt into the darkness. But yeah,
You-
that sounds
Well,
good.
You
we
are
have-
sneaky.
Yes, I am.
We
So-
need someone. We need to send you in, and we need to hang back. We've got archers with us. We've got our meat shields that are archers. You're a very good archer. We need to cover you while you go in and try and nab someone.
I've got a bow and arrow as well.
Get nice and spread.
I didn't mention
out.
that.
Like spread
I'm
yourselves
just
out.
saying.
Do you have any spells of enhancement or something? You know, something that can make the rest of us do a little better.
I don't think you can do any better. You're such an amazing group of people. I'll save those for the meat sacks.
Okay, I'm Hjani Kitu. So what's the plan, guys? We run in and we kill everyone, right? We go.
No.
Explain it to me, Bjorn.
Let's all head closer to this encampment in the trees.
Okay,
Stay
if any of them
quiet.
see us once, they're definitely going to have to murder us to keep this quiet, right? So
Well, yeah. If any of them see us, obviously it will force our hand into fighting them, right? Like that makes.
Yeah, I think we're all on board with that.
we
yeah.
can chop them up into tiny itty pieces and rule the day. Yeah.
Ooh, jeez, what is?
Normally, I like bloodshed, but
You know what? She's not turning me on as much as she was. I'm not sure I'm into this.
But yeah, let's close in, and then I will sneak into the camp. See if I can
Peeky peek.
snatch somebody.
Snatch,
Right.
snatch.
So the action is, as a group, you get as close to the tree line as you can without getting seen, and then Bjorn's going to go in and try to do.
Yeah. What?
yeah.
Snatch
So
somebody?
you snatch
Go on.
somebody, you grab them, you try to drag them out here. We'll provide the cover in case somebody sees them. As soon as somebody looks like they might have caught you trying to take somebody, we'll shoot them in the head
Yeah.
before they can alert some.
Okay,
campers.
awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Let's
Here
do
we
it.
go. You, as a group, crawl through the trees. First, you get away from the tree line and sort of make your way towards the camp where you definitely can't be seen. Then you sort of head back towards the tree line. And I would say you're looking at that picture, you're like halfway there where it's widened. Yeah, about where that pencil is. Yeah. And then you get right close to the tree line. You haven't been seen yet. You can now see quite clearly, 5 soldiers who are obviously some kind of renegades or corrupt, and 1 officer. And then the rest of these kind of thugs and bandits. All in all, in a direct fight, you'd probably be fighting, about 15 people that you can see. And a lot of the the previously mentioned dogs' bodies are just sort of like loggers and huntsmen and sort of people without crafted weapons or armor who are sort of doing the basic jobs.
So there's one officer surrounded by a bunch of other bandity looking people.
There's an officer and 5 soldiers that just sort of behind the long hall.
Oh.
And the bandity people are just doing their jobs and sort of, wandering around. Now, here we go. Bjorn, you are now by yourself up to the tree line, and you see that if you go a little bit further along by yourself, you could get out around the side of the cabins there and maybe snatch a huntsman who's sort of holding like a rabbit skewered on a stick ready for skinning. He's sort of like walking over to the cabins to skin a rabbit. So you could leap out and try to subdue attack him from behind with your sneak attack and then drag him back. That's the plan, right? Are you going to try that now?
Yeah, I'm just actually looking for a grapple. I do, but it's crap.
What's your move silently skill?
Oh, my move silent is a +7.
+7.
Yeah.
Good. So I mean, again, you have to get 15, right? So this is to see, can you get out the tree line and across to those cabins without anyone seeing or hearing you, which is pretty tough. This is okay.
Guys,
so
we're all ready.
While I'm gone, be prepared to attack and think of some questions to ask this guy that I bring back. Make it worth it.
That's a good point.
Please.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
As your
what we're gonna
DM,
learn.
let me say as well that once we start this roll, you guys have no part of this, no comment on what's happening. Let me resolve this. So go, roll that dice. You leave the tree line to the edge of the camp.
That's 12 + 7 to 19.
Okay. You clear the tree line without any accidental branch snaps. You've got your cloak turned around so it's green and camouflage. You sneak out and everyone's activity focused on the center of the camp doesn't see you at the edge, and you manage to get across to one of those cabins. As the hunter comes around the cabin with his rabbit, you have a clear chance to basically cold cock him and then try and drag him off. So if you were doing the grapple attack, what's your bonus?
I've just got a 1 grapple.
Okay, well, he's not wearing any form of armor, so he's got an AC of 10.
Okay.
So can you strike him and disable him enough to go?
6
+1.
Oh yeah, 5 is what I rolled. +1 is a big fuck up.
Okay, so what happens is he comes around and you try to strike him, and he sort of catches you in his peripheral vision at the last moment, turns around, and you're basically into an actual grapple. You failed to strike him. At the moment, you're around the side of the cabin though, and you haven't been seen. So there's going to be one more chance to see who gets the upper hand. You guys are watching from the tree line, silent, tentative to see what's going to happen. So how we're going to play it is we're going to do an initiative check to see who gets the next attempt. So you might win yourself another attempt to silence him and keep him down. So I'm going to roll for him. He has 0 bonus on his initiative. That is 10 + 0 is 10. So he gets a 10. What's your initiative modifier?
3. 10 and 13.
Okay, so although you fail to hit him and you get into a grapple, you're just way more agile and trained than him. So you've now got a chance to basically get him in a chokehold or something. So try to hit again, same as before.
I will. I rolled a 3, and with my 1, that's 4. And I can only pray that my friends
We're all
are readying their
silently.
bows.
Your friends are not going to do anything until we get through exactly what happens first. You're quicker than him and you try to get him in the chokehold, but he just struggles with you. He's quite a strong guy because he's a hunter, I guess. He manages to get his hand up, and he's going to try and grapple you back. But as he hasn't screamed out yet, he's kind of exerting all his energy in this sort of clinch, right? So what's your AC?
My AC is 15.
Okay, and he has a +1 to grapple, so that is 16 + 1 is 17. He manages to wrestle you to the ground, and then he starts calling out, "Help, help, intruder, help," and the camp becomes alive. Now, at that moment, cut to inside the line. You see this, Hjani Kitu looks across to you and goes, making the stabbing motion, and then shrugging, but leaving the decision up to one of you.
Yep, let's do it.
Let's
Do
go.
some killing.
You 3 and 5 soldiers, it's 9 of you minus Bjorn, charge headlong into the middle of the camp, and all chaos breaks loose. Hunters are grabbing their axes, dogs' bodies are hiding in cabins, people are running all kinds of different directions, shouts are going up, the soldiers draw their swords, and the officer turns around like eyeballs you directly, and his face is just like, oh shit, this is going down, and you just break out into a huge fight, which is going to be really, really chaotic. So
right now the officer's face matches my face completely.
Now the first thing that happens is everything goes haywire, and Hjani, I presume you're using what weapon? Your sword. Right?
I'm starting with my longbow as I'm running.
Okay, you do have point blank shot, right? So
yes.
So the first thing that happens is, as everything goes around, your instincts and your adrenaline kicks in, and you just see out of nowhere one of the hunter type guys with a hand axe just piling towards you, and you may have a chance to get a shot off before he gets to you in the battle. So let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
Again, he has a +0, so he rolls a 9.
All right, my initiative is a 5. So 10 plus 5, 15.
Okay, this guy comes screaming at you in the chaos. You hold your nerve. You get a shot ready, and his AC is 11.
All right, I have a +7 to my longbow attack bonus. So that is a 9 plus 7, 16.
Okay, you steady your arm and shoot an arrow right into him. Roll the damage.
All right, the damage is 1d8 plus 1. This is a d8, right? So 6 plus 1, 7.
Okay, he comes running towards you. You hold your nerve, let loose an arrow. It strikes him right in the heart, and he drops dead before he knows what's even happened.
Take that, Onas.
That's pretty good.
Onas doesn't hear you. He's like, oh shit, I'm in the middle of a massive war with my rapier, and what's going to go on? Meanwhile, Seyda, what weapon are you readying?
I've got my greatsword.
Okay, one of the renegade soldiers spots you and basically calmly walks over, sword drawn, with a kind of let's go look on as the fight is breaking all around you. Roll for initiative. He gets initiative of +1. That is a 3 plus 1 is 4.
Mine is +7. 8 plus 7 is 13.
Okay, so he comes walking too confidently over to you, but of course you have your initiative feat, your barbarian reflexes, and his AC with his studded leather and dexterity, and he's holding a shield, is actually 16.
Ooh.
What's your attack bonus?
My attack bonus is 4.
You swing your greatsword.
I swing my greatsword 10 plus 4.
Okay, you swing your greatsword, and he manages to get his shield up. And what's your AC?
My AC is 18.
Okay, he has longsword and a +2 altogether. He rolls a 1. So he takes your greatsword on the shield and then tries to swing his other arm, but because one arm is sort of locked up against your greatsword, he has no swing in his body, and you easily catch his sword hand, twist his wrist, and disarm him.
Of course.
Giving you another attack immediately.
Oh.
And so now he's sort of caught flat-footed, so his AC is going to drop to 14.
Okay. 19, which is a critical, +4. So I've got that.
Okay. Oh, that's a critical as well. Oh, wow. So basically you disarm him, kick him away from you, and swing your greatsword round.
For 2d6 plus 2.
And it's a critical, so it will be ×2 eventually, right?
This isn't going to be pretty.
The 2d6 are 5 and 5, 10. Times 2, 20.
Okay, so again, you lock up, you catch his wrist, bend it, he drops the sword, kick him away, swing your sword back around, and it buries so deep into his side, it basically goes through his spine. And he's dead.
From underneath the hunter, I go, yeah!
It's another guy for my cut in half total.
Yeah, not completely in
I
half.
didn't get fully through him, though.
Back to Onas. Onas, you watched the 5 meat shields and Hjani Kitu go like charging into the remaining 4 soldiers and the captain. Hjani Kitu just goes right for the captain. Like she doesn't care if she lives or dies. With her short sword, which she just uses for just stabbing, just as she was like motioning with at the beginning. And you're sort of like looking around, and it's all happening around you, and you're like, oh, I've got this moment of picking my target here, because you're obviously not running in at the front line, obviously, but you've got your rapier, you've got your magic. What would you like to do? Go for one of the random like sort of thugs around? Do you want to help? Yeah, but you can't say that from where you are.
No, but I
help Bjorn.
Awesome.
You want to yell, but you're being choked right now. You've been successfully grappled, or you can go in and help them with the soldiers. So you can choose. You got a choice.
Yeah. Unlike my erstwhile companion Bjorn, I think
Hjani
Hjani seems like she can take care of herself. And if not, she's just going to die in a psychotic melee of blood and guts. So yeah, I'm going to go and help Bjorn out. I think, can I get over there and grab hold of the guy he's grappling with and shocking grasp him?
You can.
That's what I'm going to do then.
He's got his back turned to you. You can only fail to do this if you roll a natural 1.
Okay, let's we should probably just not bother rolling. There we go. All right.
I'm screwed.
I got a 3.
A 3. Okay,
So,
although
colours.
although you are really sort of like being careful because people are running all around this sort of chaotic battle, you get there, they're kind of like rolling around. You're just really careful not to like accidentally grab Bjorn and electrocute him.
Well, I'm being grabbed by the person he's electrocuting anyway.
It's magic electric. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you manage to touch your hand down on the back of this guy's back and just send this jolt of electricity through him, which is what 1d6 per level, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't got it written down here.
I have. So it is in fact 1d6 per. He's not wearing metal armor, so it's exactly 2d6 damage.
Okay.
You lay your hand on him and shock him from behind.
There we go. He's gonna explode in a big load of. That's a 6 and a 2, so that's 8.
That's double this hunter and thug's hit points. So you basically like you put your hand on him, you let a jolt of magical energy go through. Now you're under him. You see this guy's sort of like literally smoke comes out of his ears, and you're like, "What the fuck?" The guy rolls off you.
Pile of black soot with 2 little eyeballs on it, like a cartoon.
Yes.
He doesn't, but he does smoke and start going into convulsions and fall off you. And you're like, oh, you can breathe again. You look up and standing over you is Onas.
Ta-da! And for my next trick, I'll make your face less red.
What a shocking development.
Okay, the battle rages on. At that moment, though, another axe-wielding thug comes like running up behind you two. So Bjorn has to get to his feet and engage him quickly. Make another initiative check, please.
Is this just me like doing one of those like no hand get up?
You do. You
my feet.
you kip up and draw your sword.
Right,
He gets a 9 for initiative.
I've got a +3 to my initiative. It's 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so it's a draw, so player wins. So this guy comes rushing over,
We did
but
a quick
yeah.
paper rock scissors.
you did, yeah. So you did in fact like kip up using your rogue acrobatics and
I
draw
want to do a
your
really
sword.
cool thing where after I'm saved by Onas, I'm going to throw my dagger at this guy and just be like, haha, you saved my life, I save yours. Like that kind of thing.
You can stab him with your sword if you want, but you want to do the nice throw. Okay, awesome.
I'm going to throw a dag.
He is a thug. His AC is 11. What's your bonus for throwing?
I got a +4 attack bonus on my thrown dagger.
Okay, go.
And hope it cranks up to 11. 17 +4, that's 21.
Okay, so he comes running over you, flip yourself onto your feet at the same time, drawing and releasing a thrown dagger, which hits him. So what's the damage?
All right, 1d4, that's 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, so it sort of sticks in his arm, and he's momentarily stopped in his path, which gives Onas a chance to get in a free action on him here.
Okay, well, I'm going to Ray of Frost him then.
Okay, you point your finger at him, a beam of cold shoots out and smacks him for
1d4. 1d3.
I'm going to award you 1d4 because 1d3 is really annoying to me.
Thank you. That's still.
Flip that dice.
All right, here we go. That's a 2.
Another 2 points of damage. So he gets hit with the dagger. He stops. As he's trying to pull it out of his shoulder, he gets blasted right in the face by a magical ray of cold, which freezes him to death.
Hey, high five. Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hjani enters into the thick of the battle, and you find that whilst the soldiers are all caught up with Seyda and your meat shields, I don't want to use that, and your fellow troops,
warrior.
You find there are just 2 more of these sort of hunters who have axes and weapons, who are not the dog's bodies, around, and they appear to be circling on your position.
So I'm going to point blank shot them. I can do that still, right?
Yeah, actually, they're sort of circling towards you warily. You've still got your bow out. So, I mean, you could either engage them with your sword, or you can take the chance of your rapid shot and try to shoot both of them. If you kind of fail, one of them's going to get in on you while you're not holding a sword, though. You have to make a split-second decision. Do you trust you can rapid shot both of them?
I think I can rapid shot both of them because I think also my reflexes are pretty good.
Okay, well, let's try that. So you've got rapid shot, which means 2 shots, but you get a -2 on your bonus. On the second one. So the first one is how much bonus?
+7 still?
And the AC is 11.
All right. So 12 plus 7 is 19 on the first one.
Okay, what's the damage?
And the damage is a 1d8 plus 1. Where's the 1d8 again? 8 plus 1, 9.
Okay, 2 of them start to close on you. With lightning speed, you round on them, loose the first arrow, which takes him right in the eye and out the back of his head, and he drops. And then you immediately go for the
Headshot.
second one, which is...
It would be a plus 5 this time.
Okay,
12 plus 5 is 17.
roll the damage.
Oh, 1. So 1 plus 1, 2.
Okay, the second one wings him in the shoulder, but he keeps coming at you and he's going to get an attack. What's your...
My AC is 17.
Okay, and he's just holding a knife. He's just got a sort of a knife for like rabbit skinning, sort of like flaying
We don't
animals.
need his life story.
Knife.
That's
That's right, yeah. And I'm just, making clear a visual picture of exactly what type of knife it is.
Rabbit knife.
So he's got knife plus 1. The thugs don't seem to be that strong. What's your AC?
My AC is 17.
Okay. He rolls a 10 plus 1. So he tries to stab at you. He winces with pain at the arrow, and his knife barely grazes your armor, giving you another attack back.
This was the knife
Great.
my dad gave me.
Can I use my longbow to smack him in the head for non-lethal damage?
You can certainly smack him in the head with your longbow. It's a composite longbow. It's literally rock hard pre-shaped, made of like bone and reinforced hardwood. So
Right.
as for non-lethal damage, it always has to be stated from the outset of the fight. So you're in the
okay,
middle
so-
of bloodlust, sort of trying to survive now. So
Okay, so him like trying to attack me and me dodging that didn't give me enough time to just.
So you did the rapid shot. You killed one. You wounded another. He tried to stab you and failed. And now you're just
okay.
going to try and break his head in with your bow to
Okay.
survive. So he has AC 11, and this
All
will
right.
be a
Well, my attack bonus with the longbow is plus 7, but that's with arrows.
that's for shooting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be you'd get your base attack
My base attack bonus is plus 2.
and your strength.
And my strength is another plus 2, so plus 4.
Yeah, and his AC is 11.
All right. So 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay, so roll 1d4 damage. He has 2 hit points left, by the way.
1 hit point.
Okay, you smack him with your bow. He's still just about going, and he tries one final attempt to stab you with his knife. He rolls a 19.
Oh, that
plus
stabs
1
me.
is 20. He manages to cut you with his rabbit skinning blade. And for 2 points of damage.
All right. Ouch.
And finally, can you finish him off?
All right.
Any hit with your bow.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with my bow again. Once again, the attack bonus would be a plus 4. So 16 plus 4 is a 20, and then a 1d4, right?
Yep.
Another one.
Okay, you smack him round the face with your composite bow a second time, and he falls unconscious to the floor.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
Now we move to Seyda. Seyda, you notice that 2 of your soldier meat shields have fallen, wounded or dead. You can't tell yet. And although they've been doing their job, which means one of the enemy soldiers, full soldiers, is now running around free of attackers. So as you move into there, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
He rolls 8 plus 1 is 9.
I roll 20 plus 7 is 27.
Okay, you are just so fast and agile into the attack. I'm going to give you 2 attacks.
Oh.
The soldier's AC with his studded leather and his shield up is 16.
Okay. Again, my great sword has a plus 4. It's a 17 plus 4.
Okay.
Is 21.
And roll the second attack too, just for
okay.
the sake of
19.
which is a critical hit.
That's a critical hit.
Yes!
Let's roll the total damage, then I'll give you the description. So start off with the first non-critical hit,
The
which
first
is
non-critical
with
hit
your
is
two-handed
2d6
greatsword.
plus 2. That's 5 and 4, which is 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay, now your second one, which is a critical hit.
Okay. That's 2 and 4, which is 6, plus 2 is 8, times 2 is 16.
So he melts.
So you deal a total of 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you do a total of 27 points of damage. So here's what happens. You notice that 2 of your soldiers have fallen, the battle is raging, and this soldier with shield comes out of the fray and spots you. You're on him so quickly. He tries to open his body up to attack. Your first upward 2-handed greatsword stroke, takes his shield arm clean off and pitches it 10 feet across the battlefield. And he's standing there, blood spraying out of his stump unbelievably. You then spin around, whirling the greatsword over your head, and come around and just cut right across his stomach and just completely disembowel him on the spot with that. And he falls armless and gutless onto the floor in a bleeding mess. And in fact, another soldier who was watching that just literally shits his pants and then runs off into the forest crying.
You just disemboweled 2 people.
That's what happens when you mess with our meat shields.
Okay, Bjorn and Onas poke their heads around the cabin and look at what's happening. You see that despite the fact there's lots of people looking around, it seems that Hjani and Seyda are doing a pretty good job. There's one soldier, a couple of thugs, and the captain still standing. Hjani Kitu has been fighting the captain, but they seem to be at a deadlock. They're circling each other. No one's going in. They both seem to think they're in some kind of a play, not a movie because they don't exist. It seems to be a bit of a deadlock, but most of the dogs' bodies have either run off into the forest or they might be inside the cabins. But it seems to be cleared up apart from this one soldier and one captain. They're kind of in the middle of what's now forming into a ring of your guys. You've lost 2 guys, so it seems to have gone your way. You can choose to get in there and with the remaining soldier and captain, or you can try and mop up the 2 thugs you see stalking around still.
I'm just going to run towards Hjani Kitu and the admiral or the captain guy.
Onas?
Yeah, I'm going to go along with that as well.
Okay, so you have Hjani Kitu, all 4 of you, and 3 of the regular soldiers still standing. And you're sort of basically forming into a circle around the captain and the remaining soldier, who are both beaten and bloody, but still up. Also, off near the cabins, are still a couple of thugs who haven't run away, who are just looking for, are they going to run in and help and to see what's happening. The Hjani Kitu seems to be shouting now. You notice shouting at the guy to surrender and throw down. He's basically saying no, never, fuck you. You'll never take me alive and all this kind of stuff. And there's a bit of an impasse. So there's a chance for someone to run in and deal with this if they want, or shout something before anything goes down. Does anyone want to take an action?
Intimidate him.
Okay. Well, I think you and Seyda both have a good case for this because he's been in the battle with you and you've both used your greatsword and archery skills respectively to very sort of deadly effective use, right? So what's your intimidate roll?
+3.
+3. And it's an opposed check, right? So you get +3 on him basically, and we do an opposed check, yeah. Okay.
15 + 3 is 18.
And he rolls a 10. You basically close on him with your bow and you just raise it at him. He sort of looks at your bow. He looks left to a fallen guy with an arrow through his eye. He sort of pauses, he looks to everyone and drops his sword. And then the other soldier does likewise. The other 2 thugs turn and try to run off into the forest. Do you want to let them, or does someone want to go after them?
They're just thugs. I think we can let them go. What are they going to do?
Okay, they run off into the forest. So you're going to get some experience points for the action. And then there is still some locked sheds to check out in this place before we move on to the next possible thing.
And burn it.
Okay, so I've had a look at the experience points for defeating this force, both for the individual people you defeated, for completing the task, for getting this far, and dividing it amongst 5, not 4, because Hjani Kitu, as a non-player character, is going to take experience from this.
But that Hjani Kitu is still locked in her battle, is she not?
No, they've surrendered.
He surrendered.
Oh, they all...
Hjani intimidated them.
I intimidated them.
Not 2 seconds ago in the timeline of the episode.
I didn't realize you did that to all of them. I thought it was just the one guy.
Once the captain surrendered, the others ran away or threw down their swords. The other 1 soldier and the 2 thugs ran away.
Got it. All right, so...
Okay, so... After my calculations, you all get 350 experience points each, if you add them on.